Hello everybody, and as you can see today we are starting a new course which contains all basics of for Python. Now this course is not only basics for Python or not only fundamentals. This course will also help you to become from a beginner to an intermediate Python programmer. Now there are some prerequisites to this course, so let me show you what are they. So you need to go to your whatever web browser you use, and you need to go to the page and just type www.python.org. Click enter. You'll come to this interface, this page. Now as soon as you come to this place, you have to click on downloads, and then you get this big button here which is written below this text: download the latest version for Windows. I am using a Windows machine, a Windows operating system, so whichever operating system you are using, with that it will come Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever you are using. Click here button. For now, today, for this time, 3.10.4 is the most advanced version. At your time when you are watching this video, I am not sure which will be the most advanced version, but you can still click the button here and download. I have already downloaded it, so I don't need to download it again. Click on this button, which will give you a setup.exe file. Then that will take you to a downloading wizard, which will help you download Python. After that's going to take a little time, but as soon as you do that, open a new page and type code.visualstudio.com. code.visualstudio.com. Click enter. You get this page. This page or this Visual Studio Code is officially developed by Microsoft, so we can trust on it. It's a very good source code editor, and it's a very good IDE. So click on write this link. I'll give the link in the description. You can take it from there also. And here you have to you get this code editing redefined or whatever is there. Now you have to click download for Windows. I'm on a Windows machine, so it will automatically come Windows, Mac, or if it doesn't come, you have Mac OS or Linux x64-bit, then you can just click on this download, which will also give you a VS Code setup.exe file, then which will take to your downloading wizard, and then just click next and download it, which will also take a little time, but it's good. It's very useful. So as soon as you download both of these, you need to do what? Type here to search, type Visual Studio Code. To type this and you get this first thing, click on this. You come to something like this interface. This is supposed to be the interface, what you will get. Now I have actually opened the Python for beginners or fundamentals of Python course here already in the file. Fundamentals for Python has already been opened, so you can create a new file by just going to your file explorer and then going to wherever you want to store. For example, in desktop, go down, click new, then click on folder, then you got a new folder. Simple. And then rename it however you want, and let's start. So today we have to create a new Python file. Now something I will tell you is all the Python files have one extension. The extension for the Python file is .py. Remember this .py. .py is for Python files. There are lots of other extensions for Python files, but we'll not go into them right now. We'll not complicate this video more. Let's focus on the basic things. So I'll make the first Python file. So I just name it first.py. Today is the first lesson. So in first.py you get this simple code editor. Now below you would be seeing this, whatever this is. See, you can see the time. What is this? This is called the terminal. The terminal. And this terminal is where all your Python programs are run. Run means they are executed. See, you have to execute all your Python programs in the terminal. But you can't just for executing, you have to go into the terminal, and then you have to type a big sentence. You have to type Python, then you type -u, then inside double quotes you have to put the whole of the path to this first.py. but we don't want to write that every time we do our code, right? So we'll make this easier by downloading an extension. What is an extension? An extension in VS Code is something we download, not download as an application, download just as a small file in the VS Code original file, where you can, which you can use to do a lot of things, which can help you to do other things too. So in extensions, in this search extension in marketplace, you need to type code runner. Type this exactly how I've written. I'll put the link in the description also for this. Now the first thing you get is .run. This photo is .run, and I've already downloaded, so I can't install it again, but as you can see there's an install button here. There'll be one for you also here if it's not installed, so just click on that and it'll be installed. Wait for a little time, it can take time, I'm not sure for you. It didn't take time for me, but I am not sure for you. As soon as this gets download, it'll already be get enabled automatically, so just do this. Now let's go back to our first.py or our first.py. Yes. Now here we have to start writing our code. Okay, let it be easy for you to see. So we have to start writing our code here. Now what is Python? Python is an object. What is it? Object oriented programming language. So it is also called object oriented programming. So now in Python, simply type as if I'm typing. I'll explain everything. Just simply type as if I'm typing, as I'm typing. Print, and inside two brackets. You have to put these two brackets. You just put the first bracket and you get the other one. This is the good thing about Visual Studio Code. And inside the brackets, you have to put double quotes, and inside that type hello world, and then put an exclamation mark. What is this? Why do we put the brackets? Why do we put the double quotes? I'll explain that. But first remember, I will not be saying brackets in all of my videos, because in programming, brackets are brackets is called parentheses. Brackets or these is also called parenthesis. So I'll be using the word parenthesis for it. So inside parenthesis, put double quotes and type hello world. Now for running the program, you have to click this run button. There's a shortcut, keyboard shortcut, you can just use that because keyboard shortcuts are better. And then as soon as you run this, you get hello world written here, as exactly how you've written here. How? I'll tell you. So firstly, for making everything basics, we start with something called mathematical operators. I just told you I'll explain for double quotes and parentheses and the print function, but I'll explain everything. Let's go with mathematical operators. So there are lots of mathematical operators, and there are lots of comparing operators. Now mathematical operators are, for addition, it is this. In Python, I am telling you, in Python for addition it is this. For multiplication it is asterisk, the asterisk. And for subtraction it is the hyphen or the minus sign. I'll put them in brackets so that you can see that easily. Done. So yeah. So after this, we'll go to addition, multiplication, division. Division has this forward slash, not backward slash. Don't get confused. Only forward slash. Now we did this. Now what we'll do is we'll comment this out. What's commenting? If you have been programming in any other language before, you would know what's commenting. If you don't know, commenting is just a line or in which we write comments so that we can understand what the code is doing. The whatever we write inside comments is ignored by Python. Python literally ignores it. It doesn't even take it into contact. It doesn't even take it into anything at all. Whatever code you type inside comments, it's gonna be totally ignored. No use at all. So and for commenting you can do control / for commenting. Okay, I hope you understood that. So after this, I told you about mathematical operators. We can start using them. For example, if we do 4 plus 4, the answer is supposed to be 8, right? And for showing that, we'll use the print function. Now if we just type 4 plus 4 and then run this, nothing is printed at all, nothing is shown at all. See, nothing at all, it just comes back nothing at all. How many ever times you click it? Which is why we use the print function. What is the print function? The print function simply prints it inside the terminal. So simply prints it whatever you've written inside. Just print 4 plus 4. Now we save this and we run this. See, what did we get here? 8. Everybody check it right now. We got here 8. Now after this, now if I do 4 multiplied by 4, what's the answer supposed to be? 16, correct? Let's run this. See, we get 16. I'll bring it and show you. See, we get 16. We got the answer 16. Now what do you want to do? We can also use, for example, we use 4 minus 4. The answer is supposed to come as 0. So let's run this. See, 0. I'll put it up. 0. As soon as you do this, let's go to, now you understood what the print function is. Now for printing, the first thing I made you write print hello world. What is this? This inside anything inside double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes. Anything inside double quotes, single quotes or triple quotes is a string. Anything inside these is a string. Now if we just write this, an error will throw up. See, an error threw up, syntax error, invalid syntax, which is why we use single quotes. If you want to use, we can use double quotes. If you want to use them, we can use triple quotes. I'll explain what's the difference between these, but right now you understood what strings are inside Python, inside double quotes. Now you understood what strings are. Let's write this. Strings are anything inside double quotes, single quotes, or triple quotes. Remember this: double quotes, single quotes, or triple quotes. Now let's comment this out. Let's get on to what is the print function. Print is print is used for printing anything in the terminal or in Python. I hope you understood this. Now we'll get to our last function for today, which is the input function. The input functions asks for input from any user who's using this Python. Now if we type input, like it asks, Python asks you for inputting or typing whatever you're providing. Now what is your name? We put a question. Okay, what is your name? We put a question mark and then we put a space. Space is not compulsory, but even if we put it and then we run the code, you see it asks me. See again, it asks me what is your name, exactly how I have written here. See, it asks me what is your name. Then if I type the charged coder, nothing happens because I have not provided any function to it to do. Now I told you about multiplication and division. So with this we'll create a small program which is today's practice program. Now first you have to type input. Okay, we'll type first number. We'll make a function which takes first and second number and then multiplies it and puts the result in front of you. Now we can just put like input. Now what I'm going to use, I'm going to explain int. Int is a data type. If you are a programmer from any language before, you would know what a data type is. If you are not, then integers. Int means integers and float means decimal point numbers, and strings I just explained you. Strings are also data types. They are used for many things. Now int is converting anything into an integer if it is valid. If it is not valid, it will not convert into an integer. So what we'll do is we'll make int of the input, integer of the input, what you type, you want that, right? So number 1 and then a space, and then what we'll do is multiply it by int of the input number 2. So first what we'll do is we'll make a big thing. We'll put the print function here and then we'll put a bracket here. So what we'll do is we'll run this code now. It asks me the number 1. Now what you want the number 1 to be, for example 4, wait a second, 5, then number 2 I put 4, then the answer I get is 20, because 5 multiplied by 4 is equal to 20. Now if I run this again, it is asking me number 1, 4, the next number I put 87, the answer is 348. Or you want to do square, then we can use this. Number 1 I put 12, number 2 I put 12, answer is 144. See, it's working properly. I'll put all of this code in my GitHub repository and also the links in the description. Thanks a lot and goodbye.